Back here on TYT Sports, this is one of the weirder stories. Jayar, Jackson, Strom, the Anaheim Ducks were celebrating the NHL's 100th year anniversary, birthday. So Ryan Kesler, in a promo for the Anaheim Duckies, decided to walk around in a birthday suit. Take a look.
Cass, what are you doing, bud? We got no clothes on.
It's NHL's 100th birthday. I'm celebrating in my birthday suit, dude.
Enjoy it while you can because the video was obviously pulled. All right, the Anaheim Ducks tweeted this, and then we'll see what Jayar has to say. Our tweet posted earlier today was meant to be a lighthearted video. We realized in retrospect the content of the video may have been insensitive, and we have removed the video and apologized. Should they have removed the video?
That's a solid apology instead of saying, in case you were dumb enough to be offended.
I agree. I think it's a solid apology too. Yumi and Ja'Cory, should they have?
But no,
democracy rules.
So first of all, the problem. Let me go ahead and take a stab at what the problem was.
Of course.
It was a workplace environment.
Yes.
There was one woman in the video. So it could be seen as sexual harassment, vulgar, and unasked for nakedness. Am I right?
That is 1,000,000% accurate.
Okay,
yes,
so
that's been the back.
Second point, everyone that participated in the video, was it like a prank where they didn't know what was going on, except for the guy who obviously was scripted to say, hey.
They all knew. Everybody,
what's going on?
Everybody in the video knew.
Who badly acted that line.
Right.
What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Ryan Kesler? Ryan Kesler.
Hey Ryan, what are you doing? Standing in front of me with your dick out. So, I mean, just deliver the line, man.
Right.
So, I was like, hey, what the fuck? You have a dick out. So just act more natural.
It would have been funny though if he was like,
get a little disgusted.
Ryan, nice dick. Cut. No, the Ryan's not nice dick.
Like Ryan, nice hockey stick. So no, just
John, go back to promotions. Like
take off your headphones, something, like give some movement. You gotta give me some like extra here.
Right.
You got the only line of the whole bit. Anyway, I'm fine with the apology. You have to respect people's discomfort with things. That being said, who gives a fuck?
No. I agree with you with the apology. Again, Yumi and Ja'Cory, democracy rules. Should they have removed the video? Is my question.
Well, if you're gonna apologize, you kind of have.
No. Just should they have removed the video?
Because I agree with that. They can apologize to folks. No.
They should not have removed the video.
I don't know.
Own it.
So this thing, I have to understand what people's specific beef was. Because I guessed and I was right apparently, but it was a bit. I mean, when you go to a movie and you watch a bare ass on camera, it's a movie, and someone was actually naked in front of probably women and maybe other guys that don't want to see someone's naked ass. But they're on a movie set, they're filming production, there's an ass out.
Right.
That's what people.
We don't, by the way, know if he was completely butt-ass naked.
We don't know that,
but
right?
Still.
But that's the thing. So I don't think it was necessarily, this is my opinion. I don't think it was insensitive towards anything. I don't think he made any jokes toward the woman and walked around and grabbed her or anything, like to reference real life of like all these revelations that are coming out about how rampant this is in the workplace. It was just a little bit. Actually, you know what, man? You're right. No apology, no pull down the video. Just be like, I understand.
Just own it.
Just point out, I understand where you're coming from, but this was a bit. And leave it at that. Because it was, I don't know, maybe, just because I'm not offended, I don't think it means everyone else shouldn't be. But you gotta think about what you're offended by. This was a production. This wasn't like a prank.
Right.
Where then the woman said, shit, man, I was at work in the Anaheim offices today and they pulled this prank on me with this guy's ass out. That didn't happen.
Okay, so you're for them keeping it up?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I talked myself out of it.
All right, Ja'Cory Palmer, that's funny. Ja'Cory Palmer.
Nah, man, 100% wrong. No. We are in the middle of a humongous social conversation, like worldwide right now, about power dynamics, especially in the workplace, especially regarding dudes in regards to women. It's just poor timing. It seems that somebody along the path could have said, wait a minute, this feels a little bit weird. Like, part of the sexual allegations that are coming out, like half of them are literally older white dudes out of shape walking around with their dick out whenever they felt like it. Like, and then you're gonna go make a commercial about a white dude having his dick out just because he like. How does no one connect that? Like, that is the epitome. It's almost like tongue in cheek, and like, I don't care if everyone signed off on it. Like,
Right.
the concept and the point of the video is like this dude just walking around in his birthday suit. Like clearly no one, you know what I mean? The point of the bit is no one was okay with it. It wasn't like, yeah, it's the 100th birthday, right, guys? That's why y'all told this dude to walk around with his dick out. Like, nah, it's like, whoa, it's, you know what I mean? It almost seems like this, if they didn't think of that, then there's no way they thought of this, but it somewhat seems like they're like, you know what? MLB ain't going nowhere. We're staying the fucking, or excuse me, NHL ain't going nowhere. We're staying right the way we are. Don't worry about it. We will have dudes walking around with their dicks out. Don't you worry.
All right.
What are you gonna do? I mean, I hear you. I totally hear you. But like, if there's a film, like, does it cross to movies? Because we know the Harvey Weinstein stuff and actresses that were assaulted.
Right,
Are
but
films gonna no longer show bare asses?
Well, here's the thing. You're referring to a complete production that millions upon millions upon millions of dollars are put into. And by the way, those executives who put millions and billions and millions of dollars starting at the top, those are the ones being accused of sexual assault. So I understand your example as the vote that could go one way or another. With everything that has occurred with Harvey Weinstein, with Charlie Rose, like, that is something out of the Charlie Rose playbook, except there were no cameras and he came out of the shower. He just didn't show up to work naked.
Right, that is like right out of the playbook. Like, just like, come over to my apartment and I'm just naked. Just sit at your desk and I'm just walking by naked. I didn't touch you.
Right. I defer to in Big Daddy when Adam Sandler goes with his loose skin and old balls, gross. Like that. That's what I default to. But as the deciding vote, I rule with Jacory. I think that it was inappropriate, even if it was this fictitious setting that a team put on. Because you got to remember, this isn't a production studio. It's a National Hockey League team. It's a representative of sport. You are representing your own workplace. This isn't like a third-party company who's like, we're going to use Ryan Kesler and we're going to put him in, the TYT office and we're going to shoot this thing. Like, he's representing what would potentially go on there. Am I saying that this is going to happen within the Anaheim Ducks organization? Fuck no, absolutely not. But you don't do it. You don't do it at all. And in light of everything that's going on, you're making a sham mockery of it at the same time. Now, Anthony Jeselnik does. He goes like right down the line, and sometimes he's way over the line with, for example, his tweets after like a huge massacre. And the reason that he does it is because he says we're getting too PC. And we need to be able to laugh. This isn't a laughing nature. It wasn't funny. The only thing you laughed at, by the way, the only thing you laughed at was my joke about John thinking that Kesler has a nice dick. That was the only thing. Like, it wasn't funny. I don't think it was cool. I understand what they were trying to do. They probably did this, by the way, to Jacory's first point. They probably did this earlier on in the season or before the season. They shot this on like a random Wednesday. They were like, hey, we need 6 people to come in. Joanne, John, Andy, just come on in. We're going to shoot this for an hour and da-da-da, and it'll be fine. So the person who thought of this was probably like, nah, we're going to roll with it. I put my heart and soul into it. Because you know how people are attached to whatever they do. So with that long-winded rant, I rule in favor with Jacory. I'm against it.
Another like layer to it too is the whole like issue of consent. Like, the whole problem with people in power is it's not really consent when you have say over someone. So is it really consent to sign up in that video when your boss comes to you and is like, hey, Sarah, you're going to be in this video today. The star NHL player of the star team that we do work for as an organization is going to walk through this dick out. You cool with that?
Yeah.
It's
right. What are you supposed to say?
It's my 3rd week here. I guess so. I don't. Nah, man.
You got to handle that correctly. You have to ask people that want to participate and tell them there's no reason you have to. I don't know how the inner workings of that
son,
went.
That's exactly what we're talking
But again,
about.
like say
you
I have a,
it's not real consent if the person that is offering you the option is over you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, if Jank comes up to me and is like, hey, I got this brownie for you, but you got to take it out of my son's mouth. Like that's not a real option. Like you're really setting that up for me to fail. You know what I mean? Like
Quite an example, but I understand where you're going.
okay.
I understand. I agree with him. I agree with Ja'Cory. It's people in positions of power who are abusing that power because they are starving themselves. They're preying on rather the powerless, which is what those people were in that video. I agree completely.
Fine. Are we worried about the guys in the video? Because that's the thing. I agree. Because that's the thing. That's why I started on that with like, yeah, they should apologize. Sure, they pulled down because it's actually not a big deal, honestly, to have that up. You don't need to have that up.
Wait. What?
When I was on the bringing it down because they don't need to have the video up. But the thing is, it's like I feel like we have to find where the issue lies in the reality versus the fiction. You know. And I understand everything you guys are saying, but I mean, there's people offended by political declarations and political agendas that have led us into war. No more war movies. No more talking about guys getting murdered. Man, I've seen war movies where they blow people's bodies apart. Now, if my brother went to war and his body got ripped apart, I might not like seeing that. And if say the ad comes on while I'm watching TV, I'm like, oh, this war movie is coming on again and it's hurting me. So there's things that always can hit someone the wrong way in reality and when you make a fiction of it. So where do we stop?
I just think it's a rough correlation you're making between a war movie and like.
It's there for entertainment. Honestly, it's like, look how dramatic that was.
Right, but I think the real world effect, like the concept we're talking about, is like probably happening on the set of this filming. You know what I mean? Like to carry on with your example, say it's a commercial about war veterans and it's a dude coming back from war and they find a real veteran on the street, homeless, and they're like, hold on, we're gonna throw a little more dirt on you.
Right.
We're gonna make sure we're gonna leave you out here at the end of the day and we're gonna make you a little bit colder. Like, no, dude, you're still feeding into the thing that is really the issue.
Right.
Like you're still making that young woman feel uncomfortable and making her feel pressured to
that woman
be
is
around this white dude's dick.
No, I think everyone should be
watching.
offended. I think everyone should be offended.
So people home watching can have an issue with it. I agree, they can. So also people home watching can have an issue with war movies if they don't like that shit. They just can. It's fiction, but it's based off of reality.
I think it's a rough correlation you're making between a war movie and like what we just saw with Ryan Kesler walking around naked in a workplace. Like it's symbolic of what is going on right now. Whereas a war movie is rooted in a historical nature of how land was being taken or invaded and they had to do something like in order to stave off their enemies from taking what they had. And there was also there was invasion, which obviously is non-consent, and then there was this sort of consent of both parties, going into World War I, World War II, yada yada, where everyone knew what they were doing. It's just, I just think it's a very rough.
Okay,
example.
I know we've already gone too far, but there's ISIS war movies. There's not always World War II movies. There's current fucking wars being fought right now that we do dramatic ass cry scenes off of, and it's very emotional and it pulls on people, and it could be offensive if you're like, why are they making money off of some people, my family members' grief and being sent to war, which many people didn't agree they had to do, but you have to once you sign up type of stuff. And I hate to, I'm not trying to defend these guys much because again, I agree. This video is not the best thing in the world that needs to stay up. That's why it's okay to take it down because big deal, it's a 30-second stupid ass video.
Right.
It's just, I just wish there was a little bit of a realization that wasn't the approach or that wasn't their intention here, And I get they missed the point.
We know
they missed the point of what could happen.
Right, we know what their intent was obviously with this. It was supposed to make light of something, and in the most simplistic form, celebrating the NHL's 100th anniversary by on this birthday going in a birthday suit. We understand that, of course. We just don't like what they did.
You had a team full of people workshop that, and the best joke you could come up with is birthday suit. But besides that, we're in the Peyton Manning universe. You know what I mean? We have Peyton Manning putting his ball sack on a nurse's.
Whoa, bro! Allegedly, I'm just kidding.
you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we're living in a real world where athletes feel like they can do anything to anybody and do whatever the hell they want. How do we know this wasn't this dude's idea? It's like, yo, I got a great idea, y'all. I'm gonna walk through the office with my dick out, right? Birthday suit, get it? Because it's the birthday. Like, again, like that's the best you can come up with. Sounds like some shit an athlete would come up with.
Right, and then the person running the entire media department's like, bro, what's that? And then they tell him, he's like, all right, go for it. Like the old school program directors. All right, thoughts?
If you've made it this far,
I'm sure they have. Comment section below, subscribe to TYT Sports. That is, again, if you made it
lines
this
have
far.
been drawn. Which side do you land on?